Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who are the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to and you possess. Otherwise you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 441st One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name's Rick Cremond, and I'll be host once again in this weekly series of workshops with the members and support members of the Universal Council. So let's get into today's program and see what we have in store. And I believe Shweta will begin our program today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. And hello, beautiful souls. Beautiful, beautiful souls. Here we are present now in this moment of peace and love. So I welcome you with the core of my heart and soul. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Suswagatam into the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. As we say in India, saying is that there was a song about it. ये तेरा घर ये मेरा घर ये घर बहुत हसीन है. Your home, my home, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. Come home, the home of peace, love and abundance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Suswagatam into the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of the oneness of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Dear beautiful souls, welcome to the ultimate home, the newness, the new we are, in the space of beauty, peace and totality. Welcome to Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Universal Soul. We are all welcome, welcome, welcome to all souls in existence, giving all the love, and that is always, dear one. Thank you for being here, for always, always, dear one. And I will say gratitude, gratitude, gratitude from the core of my heart and soul. And welcome again to this newness, the new home, Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Salam, namaste, salut.
Thank you, Shweta. We're going to start the workshop with a video from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop about the Keshe coin number 6 on governments. And I'll play that now.
Every government carries the responsibility of protecting its people. Healthcare, education, public safety, infrastructure, the environment, the future of the next generation. But every year, these responsibilities grow faster than available public resources. The challenge is no longer only economic, it is structural. When citizens cannot clearly see how public resources become public value, trust begins to disappear. And when governments lack transparent and efficient tools, essential public services become more difficult to deliver. The challenge is not only creating more wealth, it is creating more trust. Now imagine a different possibility. A transparent framework where citizens and governments participate together under law, with accountability, independent auditing, and measurable public benefit. At the center of this proposed framework is Keshe coin. In this proposed model, each eligible citizen receives an allocation of 1,000 Keshe coins. Each Keshe coin is presented with a fixed internal value of 1,000 euros. The presented total value therefore becomes 1 million euros. Governments and private companies are invited to formally join the Keshe Foundation at keshefoundation.at. 100 coins is given to the government national treasury of the individual participating and registering and accepting the Keshe coin. Citizen allocation remains at 1,000 Keshe coins. In addition, governments can request Keshe coin for infrastructure and national projects, which will be granted on approval. There is no hidden taxation. It is a transparent public allocation established by law and public agreement. Public value is measured by what citizens receive: healthcare, education, safe infrastructure, scientific research, environmental restoration, technology, opportunity, human dignity. A transparent digital treasury allows citizens to understand how public resources are being used, how much entered, where it was approved, how much was released, who completed the work, and who independently verified the result. Transparency creates confidence. Confidence strengthens society. The future is not built by governments alone. It is not built by citizens alone. It is built when responsibility, technology, law, and trust work together. Participation creates connection. Connection creates cooperation. Through the peace game, people around the world may contribute to a shared digital ecosystem. Verified participation may become eligible to receive Keshe coin. This is not competition, it is cooperation. It is participation, it is contribution. Participants who actively take part in the global network system will be eligible to receive 30 Keshe coins each year. The One Nation Network device allows individuals and institutions to participate in expanding the global infrastructure. Verified network operators may become eligible to receive annual Keshe coin rewards. The network grows because people participate, not because they speculate. Future annual activity income may be taxed according to national law. Every participating country may establish its own fair taxation policy. The objective is fairness, transparency, and sustainable public services. The initial public allocation and annual taxation remain separate. The same income is never counted twice. In participating countries, citizens may be permitted to pay approved public obligations using Keshe coin. Every transaction is secure, verified, recorded, auditable. Technology supports public administration. It does not replace the rule of law. Governments entering formal agreements may use Keshe coin within approved international cooperation. Medical equipment, food, technology, scientific services, infrastructure. Digital settlement occurs only after verified delivery. Transparency protects both sides. When disaster strikes, transparent public resources may respond faster. Every emergency allocation should remain traceable, audited, and accountable, helping people when they need it most. When citizens participate, when governments remain transparent, when technology serves humanity, a stronger society begins to emerge. Trust, participation, responsibility, knowledge. A stronger society is not built only by punishment. It is built through opportunity, education, healthcare, community, employment, and hope. When people have access to opportunity, many of the conditions that contribute to crime can begin to decline. The greatest investment any nation can make is education. A knowledgeable society creates a stronger economy, better government, and a more peaceful future. Technology has value only when it improves human life. It should reduce suffering, protect the environment, expand knowledge, and help humanity move forward together. The future belongs to those who protect the planet while building it. Environmental restoration is an investment in future generations. Trust grows when governments remain transparent, when every public project can be verified, when every citizen can see results. The future cannot be built by governments alone. It cannot be built by citizens alone. It is built together: responsibility, knowledge, trust, cooperation. United under the Keshe Foundation and Keshe Coin, governments and individuals stand mutually accountable, working as one society to build a transparent, peaceful, and sustainable future. Different nations, different cultures, different languages, but one shared future. One nation, one planet, one race. When humanity is finally free to think beyond survival, the human soul may begin to elevate. A peaceful civilization does not only build better cities, it builds better human beings. Knowledge, compassion, responsibility, and wisdom become humanity's greatest achievements. The next great journey of humanity is not only across the earth, it is toward understanding, toward existence, toward creation, toward the infinite universe. When knowledge and peace walk together, humanity can carry not only technology, but consciousness itself into the stars. Keshe Coin, a proposed framework where people and governments may work together to build a transparent, peaceful, scientific, and sustainable future. The future is not something we inherit, it is something we choose to build.
All right, that was our Keshe Coin video regarding governments. And that's the latest in the series of Keshe Coin videos. And let me see here. I believe we go to the peace treaty now with Shweta.
Yes, my dear. Thank you. The World Peace Treaty. Dear beautiful soul, it is not only a piece of paper. It is us, we and you. At the moment, understanding, in peace, the path of peace starting, always. Now we have this knowledge of the universal love. To understand it better, the ethos of Mitra. How to be good, how to talk good, how to act good, in a way. And this, of course, is variable. With every individual coming from all the corners, elevating all souls in existence. So this is our responsibility to sign this peace treaty with your pen, with your soul pen, so that all, all souls in existence should elevate in this moment. And this is the cycle. The earth cycle works like this, you know. The universal cycle works like this. We have to understand that. The first step is to be in peace so that we can understand how we observe, manifest, and act on conditions to manifest this new creation that is being in this peaceful world always. So, dear beautiful souls, well, I will say humanity has this kind heart, beautiful soul, to be kind to all souls in existence and the dignity of life of all valued in a way equally. Here we understand this in this knowledge in Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Every life is so valued. Every life is dignified. So, as we know, we have to sign the World Peace Treaty even if you join Keshe Foundation. That will be wonderful. And please do, I will say, with your kind heart. So I'm going to read very emotional moments always. I'm going to read the World Peace Treaty. We as citizens of Earth, from this moment on, accept to lay down all tools of aggression and war. We shall never think about getting involved or incite war or develop or use any tools of war on this planet or in space. And to this all we all agree and swear with our nation, territory, council, religion, city, town, body, and soul. Dear beautiful soul, the inner infinity, the outer we are always. Both have to merge together to understand this World Peace Treaty, to sign it with your soul pen, with your pen. And in this elevation, in this World Peace Treaty, we elevate when we sign. Immediately we elevate many, many souls, you know, those who are here, even those who are not here. So please, please kindly do that. And if your heart says so, dear one. So this is about the World Peace Treaty, as I have signed in a way in this path of peace. I understand. Who am I? What should I follow? What should I do? What is my ability? So this is the World Peace Treaty, and you can go to the website and have the World Peace Treaty, and you can sign it anytime and all the time. So I will also request anybody from even, I mean, knowledge seekers. We are all. I request any beautiful souls want to say anything about the World Peace Treaty or have an experience signing it, or any experience about uh, peace, or want to say about peace and love and attaining the truth that we are when we entered in Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome, dear beautiful souls. Anybody wants to say anything? Please do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nick, if
Okay. Yes,
then
let's
any,
move to the next position
yes,
here.
yes. And
This is the invitation to be part of the Keshe Foundation. I
yes,
think
this
Mark,
is a yes. Mark is going to. Okay, okay.
I am.
you are now. Thank you, Mark.
Welcome.
Okay, so we see a lot of the work is centered around the Keshe coin. This is part of joining an association or a club, and everything is well fashioned in the background. It seems, again, touching energy, governments, and all we have to do is accept it and sort of run with it. But it won't happen in a week or a month. But this is part of joining an association to make this internal coin and internal structure of the Keshe Foundation start functioning. But I noticed that this one, does it have a World Peace Treaty? It seems like further collaboration with the Keshe Foundation to get the coins, which I think they'll discuss later, or to work in scientific labs, or as a government, so on, or if you're a manufacturer, all must endorse the World Peace Treaty. So I don't know if this comes with to be part of the association. Do you have to endorse the World Peace Treaty? But this is part of further collaboration with Keshe Foundation is the World Peace Treaty. So it's a central point. It's not the end all. As he said, it's just getting to the next level of becoming peaceful on this planet. So this is the association, which is some sort of functionary in a way. There's many associations flying clubs, hunting clubs, fishing clubs. And being a member of an association gives you certain rights and privileges. So this is as far as an internal group working with other members of the association. And you can, for little as €1, receive your Keshe coins over a period of time, a lifetime. They're really in test right now. So it's actually, I think, the best offer on the internet. And this gives you, by being part of the association, this is just another step in fulfilling of perhaps getting Keshe coins. But as I said, this is in test right now. Not this. This is working well. And it's all tied into the game and the rest. This is all part of the structure that's sort of been pre-manufactured for us, or pre-set up, well thought out. I'm sure consulted legally up and down as well. But this is the way it's going to work at this time. But even the Keshe coin, as he said, is a transitional sort of object in a way. But that transition could be in the centuries long. Everything is not going to happen in 1 week or 1 month. But this is all part of what's getting set up, and governments will need to be part of this, as I understand it as well. They won't even get into the game unless they follow the protocol. So I don't know exactly all the details of everything, but this is one of the first steps in getting something to start playing the game, I think, where you register for the association as an associate or a full member. You'll do this once a year and so on, as I understand it at this point. So welcome to the club. And it's certainly not a Mickey Mouse Club, which I was a member of as a child. But now this is part of bringing the whole structure together under the guidelines. And of course, the association that's set up in Austria, which you will join, apparently you will then, in time, create a duplicate or an identical copy, again, fashioned on whatever perhaps laws or regulations in your country would apply. And this would give the right to all the nationals in your country to access Keshe coins, as I understand it. And then eventually all the individual country associations will be linked together with the game, with the coin, with the other structures that are being set up. So this is part of the whole work if you want to be in the club, so to speak. And of course, this is a very good club for peace and enlightenment. So support it, help with this process, and spread it around. As he said, we have to sort of expand this. I think once people that have played in crypto can see through this or study this a little bit, if they've gotten burned with crypto or something like that, they may find this much less risky. Again, this is not about speculation or anything like that. It's for cooperation and collaboration and sort of level the playing field across the planet. So welcome to the club, the Keshe Foundation Association. And I think it's keshefoundation.at. There it is.
Yes, I put the link into our chats here so people can find out about that.
In addition, you don't have to, I think it goes through PayPal, the transaction, but you don't actually have to be a member of PayPal. You can make a one-time through probably a credit or debit card for as little as €1 per year. So little risk on your part. Again, and you won't get the coins tomorrow. They're in the test right now. Be patient. But this is all part of the steps of eventually receiving that once things are more perfected, tested, and start to flow.
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Okay, for the excuse me, for the next part of the program, we have what's called the wishes. And I'll remind our audience that we'll have a full minute of silence after each wish is voiced. And please go ahead.
Well, since my mic is open, I'll read the first one. Thank you, Rick. We, the Universal Council, give from our souls for having world peace and justice all over this planet very soon.
Hello, it's Mehna's UCS Farsi. So, we, the Universal Council, give from our souls to provide for the success of the goals of Keshe Foundation. This is our wish, and our wish is our command.
We, the Universal Council, wish for the continued development and expansion of the new plasma city, hidden behind, apologize, hidden behind the game of peace and enlightenment, allowing the freedom of the physicality and the soul of humanity. Our wish is our command. We are present.
Okay, next we have the connection between souls with Shweta, I believe.
Yes, thank you, my dear. Thank you. Um, I love you, my soul. I live you, and I love with you, and I adore you. So beautiful word. Thank you, and please say this. You know, like so so peaceful to say that we are together now, together after thousands of years. We understand you. I love you, my soul. I live you, and I love with you, and I adore you. Bring back for me what allows me to be perfect in the dimension of physicality. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute, dear ones. Now we have to do the soul connection. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful soul. I will do the soul connection in Hindi language, but I will say it in English first. And of course, beautiful souls, we always elevate all souls in existence here in communication with love and peace. So we can concentrate on our breathing, as we all know how it is living life, beauty, totality. So concentrate, focus on your breathing, breathing in, breathing out. This is what we are giving, given. So, and after this, I will say that we elevate the soul of all beings in um, existence, and then we have a silence of 1 minute. So I will say it in Hindi, beautiful soul. आप सभी को आप सभी का स्वागत है यहाँ यहाँ इस प्यार भरे माहौल में और आप सभी को मैं आमंत्रण देती हूँ इस आत्मा के उन्नयन के लिए आप जरूर प्रस्तुत रहें आप हमेशा रहते हैं इस बात की बहुत खुशी है और दुनिया का हर प्राणी उज्ज्वलित हो खुश रहे शांतिपूर्ण रहे यही हम चाहते हैं और ये हमारा मकसद है और यही मकसद हमारे केशव फाउंडेशन का भी है तो हम शुरू करते हैं आप श्वास पर ध्यान दीजिए श्वास लीजिए श्वास दीजिए बाहर कीजिए क्योंकि यही है कुंजी हर चीज दानी बचना इसी से हम सीख सकते हैं तो ये सब 1 मिनट के लिए रहेगा मौन रहेगा आप श्वास पर काबू रखिए श्वास लीजिए श्वास दीजिए और बाहर दीजिए मतलब जैसे हम लोग करते हैं यूजुअली तो आप जरूर भाग लीजिए इस पे सबके पूरी पृथ्वी के प्राणियों के आत्मा के उन्नयन के लिए तो ये शुरुआत होती है इट इज बिगिनिंग फॉर 1 minute थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग हियर थैंक यू आप सभी का फिर से स्वागत करती हूँ अभिनंदन करती हूँ और शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ आप हमेशा हमारे साथ रहें इस आत्मा के उन्नयन में सभी सभी जीवात्माओं के अगेन थैंक यू so much gratitude from the core of my heart and soul beautiful soul for being here in this elevation of all souls in existence for this beauty and totality thank you so much salam namaste salute
Thank you, Shweta. And next we have the
Okay.
invitation to be part of the Keshe Foundation. And I believe
Okay.
is that what the Mehran is?
Yeah.
Or Mark? Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's with honor that I announce that we continue to do soul connection for the peace. That's the product which is valuable for humanity. and even maybe the space neighbors, because the wrongdoing of man has made the planet Earth is danger for weak inhabitants, not those who are in power, but the others are in risk. And maybe the other planets or other beings around us would suffer all these not healthy thoughts and actions. So we are on the right side of history. We are on the path of future, because humanity should go to the future. It's written, and it's the only way humanity survives. Otherwise, we have to. So, we, the Universal Council, invite the Keshe and Universal family present on planet Earth in unifying the soul in the soul level every time, every day at 9 p.m. CET or CST. We, the Universal Council, give from our souls and invite all of humanity to elevate the soul of every leader in every nation to work as one nation in one direction to achieve peace as one nation, one planet, one race. The path is open with the Keshe Foundation projects. All they need to do is just accept it, because it's a win-win game. I saw, I put on the chat Elon Musk, who says in future we don't need money, because if we have everything we want, the food, everything, the shelter, why do we have to make money? So I think Elon Musk has the same idea that Mr. Keshe, that the future is not the same as now. The money doesn't have all that value, that they do everything just to have more money. So the thing is that everybody be happy with how they are, what they do, and they can take care of their spirituality and traveling to other dimensions, other places. So that's why we concentrate, we give from our souls, we give from our emotions, our intentions, that we elevate all these leaders, because they have their saying in it. While I see that there are changes happening, they see you can fight up to a moment, but human belief, human intention, human purity can do more. So that's another one step you are taking in this planet. So we all hope that these steps win the peace and humanity gets to the level that it deserves. We are becoming the object of media, social media, news at every site, and we have forgotten our essence, which is our soul. And the problem of man is that they don't know their souls. They are not intimate with their souls. When we have connection with our souls, we don't need the policeman. We don't need a lot of things that they put for us to do or not to do, because we have our consciousness. Don't do to others what they don't want you. What you don't want they do to you. So we, with connection of the souls, push the leaders in their soul, in their consciousness, that they go towards the value of peace. The value of peace is inside man. It's something in the making of man. It's something in our RNA, because that's the easiest, that's the safest way. That's the more pleasurable in a way. We don't need with these false ways of pleasure to go to get that pleasure. So we all work for it, and we are happy that Mr. Keshe is doing what he can as an example for us. And we do everyone as they can. So thank you very much anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Marinez. I have a video to play, as we do every week, with the excerpt from the 576 Knowledge Seekers Workshop, the invitation to be part of the Universal Council. So I'll play that now.
There's something which I should have made an announcement. As we are structuring and in a new development of the Keshe Foundation, is worldwide application and implication. As we set up the structure for Universal Council, a number of Universal Council members have become old and they reach the age of 60, and they served during the 60 years. They are there till 61. They to run the functionality of the operation of the what we call energy dimension, the Universal Council members, if you want to become, please consider and let your soul decide of any languages around the world, as these will be announced very soon internationally, and we expect the souls to serve. And if it's from the knowledge seekers who understand the technology with dimension of the soul, you can apply for to be added to and become a member of the Universal Council. The Earth Council is appointed by the Keshe Foundation on the grounds of true structure of the nationality, understanding the culture, that there is no prejudice by physical dimension of the borders. And so if you feel your soul is there to serve humanity in expansion and the growth of it, just apply for it at the Keshe Foundation, or send the email to info@keshe.foundation, say I would like to be a member of the Universal Council. We receive this regularly, and now we're going to expand this very rapidly due to what is to come and what is to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also want to add that this is the time, dear beautiful souls. Welcome. This is a call from Keshe Foundation to join as Universal Council members, Universal Council support members, and we are all universal soul, we know, and welcome to join in this service of humanity. And this is the time now. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, so I think I'm supposed to this invitation. We invite you to connect with a member of the Universal Council and send us questions to be answered live each week, and or the needs of the community. And this can be done through the various Telegram groups that has been set up to make a contact with those who would like to engage with the Universal Council and bring out concerns and needs of the local community. The Telegrams group are set up as mostly language community, or sometimes it's country-based community or region of country. And so we all invite you to make this connection, and whether you're listening to this now or later. And it's a good way of linking with Universal Council as well as the foundation, Keshe Foundation, since the foundation is rapidly engaging with the global population. So as one nation, one planet, and one race. Thank you very much.
Okay, next I have, thank you, Mashfaq. Next I have a video about the last Knowledge Seekers workshop called Soul of Man. It's an AI-assisted overview of the material from that workshop. Thank you, Ed, for composing these weekly AI-generated type videos. And this one's called Soul of Man. I'll share that now.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly mind-bending. We are opening up this intricate, deeply fascinating codex on the metaphysical mechanics of the universe, deciphering the concepts laid out in KSW 652. Think of this as stepping right into a modern-day Da Vinci's workshop, where biology, astrophysics, and the human soul all intersect on the drafting table. We are going to explore some profoundly alternative ideas about human existence today, so definitely get ready to stretch your imagination. All right, let's dive right in. Let me hit you with a massive, fundamental question posed by the source material right out of the gate. Do we actually need bones in space? Now, what's really interesting here is the core problem it highlights. We know biological evolution takes billions of years. If humanity is going to survive the wildly varying gravitational fields of deep space, well, waiting for our physical bodies to naturally evolve is simply way too slow. The source text uses this fantastic, kind of funny analogy for this predicament. It states, "We force the condition of physicality with a monkey suit for man to be." Basically, it argues that our physical body is essentially just a biological suit. The text asks us to consider a pretty simple fact. When we die, the exact moment the soul separates from this physical structure, it doesn't take bones or muscles with it. It travels completely as pure energy. So here is our roadmap for today's journey. We'll be looking at 1. Beyond the physical body. 2. The biological energy framework. 3. Melanin, myelin, and energy. 4. The emotional roots of disease. 5. Becoming a universal traveler. And finally, 6. Practical transmutation techniques. All right, let's jump straight into part 1, beyond the physical body. According to the text, relying on our physical monkey suit for deep space travel is entirely inadequate. And why is that? Because varying gravitational fields, imagine going straight from Earth to Mars, would cause our physical bones to literally and painfully stretch or shrink. Without becoming some sort of bizarre chewing gum entity of elasticated bones and muscles, the physical body alone just cannot survive those immediate leaps across the universe. Moving right along to Section 2, the biological energy framework. The source material introduces this really fascinating concept, the soul of the cell. It argues that absolutely everything out there, even a stone, has an internal energy center,
a soul. Therefore, every single cell in your body has its own soul. And the absolute crucial point here is that this cellular soul operates on such a high frequency that it simply cannot be fueled by standard matter-state food alone. This clearly illustrates a dual biological framework. On one side, you've got matter-state energy, the physical food you eat, which gets converted into calories, feeding the physical structure via the blood. But on the flip side, you have soul energy. This is described as energy absorbed from cosmic rays and dictated by human emotion, which directly feeds the soul of the cell.
Now, you might be wondering, how does the physical side actually sync up with this energy? The source describes this using a really brilliant address-posted or taxi destination metaphor. Think about it. You have billions of blood cells floating around in your veins, but a specific blood cell won't just release its energy willy-nilly. It waits. It waits until it reaches its exact matching cellular address, say a kidney cell, where the energy of the blood perfectly matches the energy demanded by the soul of that specific cell. It's an incredibly precise switch-match-go system. And to really underscore the precision of this system, the teachings make a bold, specific claim, a 1-to-1 ratio. The text asserts that if you were to somehow measure the total number of cells making up your physical body, it would exactly match the total number of cells circulating within your blood. The whole structure is perfectly balanced to support this cellular delivery system. That brings us to Section 3, Melanin, Myelin, and Energy. The framework maps out what it calls an unseen neural circle. According to the text, it all starts with the skin. The melanin in your skin acts as the primary interface, absorbing energy or cosmic rays straight from the environment. This energy then jumps across a space gap, moving from the stronger energy source to the weaker one, into the myelin. The myelin then transfers this energy directly into your nervous system, which communicates with the emotional core of the individual. And here is a truly striking biological assertion from the text. The brain, the skin, and the lungs are fundamentally composed of the exact same tissue. They form one massive, continuous interface. The skin interfaces with the environment, the lungs interface with atmospheric gases, and they are all seamlessly connected right back to the brain, which acts as the ultimate interface for the soul of the man. Let's look at Section 4, the emotional roots of disease. The source material presents a highly alternative view on conditions like cancer, describing them essentially as an energy mismatch. The framework suggests that if a person's emotional energy changes, it actually alters the energy requirement of this cell's soul. If the physical blood lacks the corresponding matter state energy to match it, the cell just pauses. It becomes denser, changing its cycle and frequency, while waiting for a matching solution that just isn't arriving. On the flip side, this exact mechanism is how the text explains ancestral or monastic healing practices. By bringing intensely focused attention and emotion to an area of pain, changing the breathing rhythm, and altering the energy of the lymph, a person can literally dictate where the body's energy needs to do its work. It's all about consciously overriding the physical with the emotional and energetic. All right, on to Section 5, Becoming a Universal Traveler. There's a really striking question posed by the author here. It's basically, would I buy a Rolls-Royce and kill myself to do 200 when I can use the Rolls-Royce of my brain, my soul, and travel the span of the universe? This brilliantly illustrates the contrast. Why drag a heavy, fragile, physical monkey suit through the harsh, unforgiving conditions of space when you have access to the immense, limitless power of the soul? The text describes the exact mechanism for this as the double reactor system. By utilizing emotion, which, by the way, the text argues is independent of the physical brain, in conjunction with the soul, a person creates a dual magnetic field. By establishing this field, you dictate your own gravitational magnetic conditions. Your soul propels through space, and the physical body is either left behind or transmuted into a form that simply follows the energy.
Finally, Section 6, Practical Transmutation Techniques. The source actually provides a specific exercise for energetic movement. It asks students to isolate a target area, starting with the toe. The goal here isn't to physically move it, but to transfer thought, emotion, and energy directly to it. You then practice cascading this energy upwards to the ankle, the knee, the hips, eventually encapsulating it all in the brain. Fascinatingly, the text explicitly advises against shaking hands during this practice period, so you don't accidentally transfer away the specific energy you've been working so hard to build. To make this energy movement actually happen, the text outlines a very precise breathing rhythm. This isn't just about oxygen. According to the framework, this specific rhythm changes the beat of the heart and alters the energy given to the lymph, effectively acting as a steering wheel to dictate exactly where in your body your energy will do its transmutational work. This specific rhythm breaks down exactly like this. You inhale for 4 seconds, hold that breath for 4 seconds, exhale slowly for 6 seconds, and hold empty for 2 seconds. The text highly encourages practicing this sequence while bringing your attention to a specific point, whether that's a knee to alleviate pain or your brain to practice becoming a transmuter of space. It's a profound exercise in taking conscious control over your entire biological energy framework. We've covered some absolutely incredible ground today, building a comprehensive guide to KSW 652. We've explored the inadequacy of the physical body for space travel, the biological energy framework of the soul and cells, the fascinating role of melanin and myelin in energy absorption, the emotional roots of disease, and even practical techniques for transmutation and universal travel. Based on this framework, it all comes down to mastering those emotional and energetic circuits within us. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Are you ready to let the physical monkey suit hang and traverse the universe as pure energy? Thanks so much for joining the Explainer, and keep exploring.
All right, that was called Soul of Man from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. And now I have another video to play. Just get it lined up here. And it's called Eternal Youth. And it's about life without pain, part 2. I'll play that now. Oh, I think I have the wrong version here. I see I'm supposed to activate it in English, so I have to play it in YouTube apparently. So I'll have to reset this up. Just bear with me a minute or two here. All right, we'll have to play it in YouTube with possible ads and things that pop up. So let me see how to set this up here. think I'm supposed to put the English subtitles on, so I'll try that.
The informative and educational material contained in this document is intended to promote general understanding or professional judgment. For patients and individuals, such information must not be a substitute for professional medical advice, therapy, or healthcare counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, and listeners should always consult their doctor, or, in serious cases, seek immediate help from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and the use of medical device information must be performed only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any express or implied warranties, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided as is and is believed to be accurate at the time of publication, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Each case presented is from their own experience, applied by themselves, for themselves, and applies only to their case. Any person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult treatment with their doctor. The plasma balancing processes described in this document are a process that supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies to which one is already subject. Remember that it is not enough to set your emotional intention. You have to physically locate the exact point. Perform a breathing cycle, or rather, one part of the process consists of that, and the other part involves activating the muscle tissue of that area. For example, if you have knee pain, contract the affected muscle. While contracting the muscle tissue, you must inhale. Let's say counting to 4 or 6 beats. Then, while holding your breath for another 4 beats, for example, you maintain the muscle tension. And when you relax the muscle, you exhale. The exhalation should always be longer than the inhalation because you are expelling the pain. You also need to leave a pause of about 2 or 3 beats at the end of the exhalation to balance that point. And it is precisely at that moment, while inhaling and exhaling, that you must concentrate the emotion in that same place. Now you are indicating to it where that contraction is. You provide the direction where the emotion should go, where the energy has been deposited in the soul of the muscle tissue. All those steps, that is how they work. That is how we could lose a leg and make it grow back. But that is another technique. It is not just about thinking. If you have pain in a joint, let's say the elbow, you contract the muscle tissue in a specific area, define the exact point, assign it a direction, then as you contract, you inhale. It is necessary to inhale because you are modifying the dimension of the forces and the lymph at that point. Then you hold the position. That holding time serves to transfer, change, capture the pain, and release it. Finally, you exhale. Since you have concentrated the pain, it contains more energy than when you inhale. Therefore, if you count 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, you hold for 1, 2, or 4 beats, and then exhale for 6 always. More when exhaling, given that you have absorbed more energy, you must expel more. Otherwise, the energy stays inside. To finish, you let 2 seconds or beats pass for the energy to dissipate. You can apply this to anything. If you are a man and have problems with your private parts and you learn to use your muscles correctly, you can recover the vitality of an 18-year-old. Or if you are 60 or 70 years old and cannot walk due to hip pain, try to contract the hip, but breathe by directing the air toward that area, telling it where you want. It is useless to send a letter if the recipient has no address. You contract the muscle where you feel the pain and inhale, so the lymphatic system. This is where I must act. When inhaling, the energy from the blood is directed to that. Keep your hand there for a while, then you exhale, releasing the pain, and hold the position. It is bodily physiology united with emotion, but you must bring the emotion. You must project the intention of what you want to happen. Just breathing is not enough. Otherwise, you would only be doing another exercise. So, what we call melanin and myelin in that area channel the energy to transform the soul, where emotion and the physical converge. And if you know what to do, how to do it, and if you imprint the right emotion, you can get someone who hasn't walked in 20 years to do it again in 20 minutes, but you must do it repetitively to achieve a cleansing. You will discover, for example, that at first you cannot hold the posture for more than 2 or 3 beats. The next time you will hold for 3 or 4 beats, a week later 5 or 10, because the pain will have disappeared and there will be more flexibility. It does not happen by magic, although sometimes it does happen that way. It requires work. It requires action. You can even do it with your heart or any part of your body. You see, psychologically, on the emotional side, when you hold your breath, panic arises, and panic leads to weakness. That is the moment when the energy of the point is there. You understand me? That is how it works. Although sometimes it does happen that way. It requires work, it requires action. You can even do it with your heart or any part of your body. If you observe yourself, if you take a profile picture, not just of your eyes, stand up and take a photo of yourself. Or have someone take a profile photo of you when you are not paying attention, and see how your shoulder ends are aligned with your neck. If they are tilted forward, it means you are under mental pressure. Pull them back. Open your chest. This changes the air intake and directs your breathing toward that opening. Then you will feel, I feel better. I don't have emotional problems. And then my body disappears on its own. We can do a lot. We are trapped in this simply because we do not understand it. You can live for hundreds of years if you nourish yourself properly. Put it to the test. Move your toe and concentrate the pressure on it. You don't need an obvious physical movement. Move it gently. It is enough to know that you are moving it. Then transfer the energy, the thought, and the emotion to the soul, as well as the breath. And you will see how the pain dissipates. Move it to the ankle, to the knee, to the head, to any part or organ of your body. Then take it to the neck. And finally place it inside the soul. That is how you will see how you become what we call passengers of the universe. Since you have created a double magnetic field between your emotion, which does not require the physicality of the brain and the soul. Double reactors, two distinct energies. By finding balance, they position themselves with respect to what we call the Earth's gravitational field. Tell yourself to the space. Now you understand how to exercise, how to start doing it. Start with the extremities Hold, observe the changes, and then carry that energy to your soul. We know where it says locate. And try to encapsulate it in what we call the brain structure. Instead of your blood vessels interacting with the movement of the field and the soul, you yourself generate the energy through that same process. Now you dictate the magnetic gravitational field. Now you direct the movement of the soul, and wherever it goes, the physicality will follow. But the nature of that following changes, and that is how every cell of your body transmutes energy, passing from what we call melanin to myelin, and from there to the dimension of the weakest part receives energy, and when the change occurs, the soul takes control and becomes a dimension of life. That is how you die. That is how the end of life comes from it. The energy of physicality, together with what circulates, what is configured, creates a double reactor energy dimension that allows the soul to travel throughout the universe. And this cascade that is actually a protector of man's soul. It is that eggshell, that membrane that is on the egg in which the soul is still found. Once you understand this, but you have to exercise, you have to practice, you have to understand, then I would buy myself a Rolls Royce with an engine and kill myself to do 200, and if I do 120, my police officer stops me and gives me a ticket where I use the Rolls Royce of my brain and my soul and travel the extent of the universe where there is no police and man can travel at a speed beyond his own imagination. Now you understand how it works. This is your exercise until next week. Learn, move fast, and you will fail. The movement of energy and what you are aiming for. Start with your toe and gradually move it up to your knee, hip, and back. And do not shake anyone's hand, because then you transfer energies that you might need. And you have to start from scratch. Now you understand the process of transmutation. Now you understand how emotion through the skin generates a psychosomatic effect and interacts with that connected field, a cycle that closes through your nervous system, allowing you to live. The energy balance is established between what melanin absorbs in the skin and what is transmitted with lower intensity through myelin and the cell to then transfer everything to the neuronal system and generate the conditions for energy transfer. What we call the thermal body of the human being. Now you understand why your skin is cold, why you feel an emotion inside, why you get emotional when touching someone else's skin, because it interacts with the energy that the body has absorbed from the remaining cosmic rays. This is how we understand the structure of human life much better. Humanity needs to understand the process of creation and the duality of physical energy that is part of what we call life transmutation. You see, as I already explained, when you treat knee pain, you generate tension and movement on the physical plane, which is exactly where I need it. You alter the lymph band bleeding, and thus the energy is distributed and I can use myself. Now, instead of using, let's say, your knee, direct your attention toward your soul and the physical dimension of the human brain. You will then see the soul take flight. You do not need physicality for that. Learn the limits of energy. Learn to breathe. Learn to bring attention to the point. Learn to divert the energy of emotion toward that point and aim it. Point your finger in that direction. That is where I need you. 4-second inhalation. 4-second hold, 6-second exhalation, 2-second hold. This changes the heart rhythm. This changes the energy given to the limb. This time indicates where I want to transmute from space. Let's see what you learn. This is the first time we propose this exercise to you. Try it until next week and see how you can move the energy from your toe. Feel it toward your muscles, your knee, your hip, your brain. And then you will see it begin to transmute. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And you can do the same. If you have a partner, transfer the motion to them and see how it feels. I'm not going to tell my partner they are doing something wrong. This happened to them. No. You simply gave the emotion to their soul's movement. You are doing it. I have already set the limit. The energy related. So that is something you don't have. You cannot deal with it. You see, psychologically, in the emotional aspect, when you hold your breath, panic.
All right, let's move on to the next thing in our workshop. And it's time for transmutation with Mashfek.
Hello, everyone. Once again, we are this time faced with transmutation almost squarely in its face. So Mr. Keshe went into considerable detail about doing some of these things. So what I'm going to share here is some of my past experience and some of my experience since the workshop happened. It's not too long ago, of course, last Thursday. So we have to be patient with ourselves in doing this, but nevertheless, some of us, and I'm sure many of you, then those of you have experience and things to share, you're welcome to share it today as well, because we all benefit from your experience. So this is a collaborative effort. In a sense, we are all unique, and we all have our own unique way of looking at things. Some things we can decipher quicker than others, and much more thoroughly, and so forth. So let us all join hands to transmute. So I have some success with this kind of things, and some of it in the breathing category, some of it is more in the intensive category. You know, the breathing I was never consciously putting any effort into, but what I have noticed that with my intention, the breathings were changing very noticeably. So this is the change, because I did most of these things with intention. And so this is the approach I took, kind of like soul, as far close to the soul level operation as I could. The reason behind that, the way I not just justified, the way I thought about it is I want to use the highest field strength available I have access to. So this is what I try to reach, and the rest of it will fall in place as a result of it, and some of it did. So the precision was not always there, but the intention, the ability to engage the intention came into operation for sure. So I'll give you a funny story. This happened since Thursday, actually, and I've been practicing not eating for a while. And this day, as it happens, this one day, I am with some relatives, and we were sitting together. And this is the day I usually don't eat, and so because there were a lot of people together, so it's a social occasion. So I was eating. So I ate, but after eating, I felt like I do energy transfer. So after I ate, I felt like I overate because I have done the energy transfer. I have all the energy necessary. So I felt really stuffed, kind of like when you overeat in a big party and you're so stuffed you can hardly move, that kind of sensation. So I said, okay, it doesn't feel very good. So what I did is I used the breathing technique in the workshop to release the energy. Immediately, it was like within seconds, I was back to normal. It was so quick. I did it the kind of like the reverse way to get rid of the effect of eating. And so I was back to almost normal, like, I haven't eaten kind of situation almost. It was kind of funny. And it was kind of exhilarating and liberating as well, is that I can always get rid of my stuffy feeling. It was really fun. So I kind of thought, I smiled within myself, and I didn't tell anybody, of course, until today. So anyway, so this is a transmutation of energy. And one of the things is we think about eating, stopping how to eat and by absorbing energy. But after doing that, I said, well, this is interesting. I can release energy. And it seems that I'm not yet quite there, but it seems that I can release energy and my frequency. Already it's much less because I don't eat very much. Going to the bathroom or restroom, is much less. So, those who eat a lot and when you don't eat or fast, you'll see that going to the bathroom goes down. And this is kind of like that. But in addition to that, having the ability to transfer energy out, not in, also helps here. So you don't have to go as often. So which is kind of interesting. And I thought that might be relevant here. So because most of the matter state energy we consume actually is expelled that way. So something very interesting. That's my observation. And this is not even, half a week, kind of almost half a week. I'm already getting some results, but there are more to say, but I will also talk a little bit about and my past experience, which is, and in this case, I will talk more about the intention of focusing intention, which is also something I'm doing now, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. Is that I mentioned about having my skin burned. I focused, and within a few minutes, within a few minutes, it was normal. So in that case, what I did is I focused my intention and attention to intention in the sense that I want to get rid of, attention in the sense in the part of the skin where I need to get it done. I don't remember clearly whether my breathing stopped or not, but I was very still during that time. And so this is, I have talked about this before, but I haven't talked about it in this way, how specifically what were in those few seconds what I was doing. Now that we know how we have to focus energies and so forth, this is much more relevant or much more understandable. So in a way, I've done pieces of this exercise, but not in a sort of coherent way in the way described Mr. Keshe, but part of this breathing has been done and the focusing of the attention and intention I just mentioned. So coming back to the breathing, which I have tested a few times, and I'll talk about, I was trying to see how I can focus on certain parts of my body. So there is in a certain place on my skin, there is a slight discoloration. So I was, as you have heard in the workshop, every cell has a soul. So we should be able to focus down to the cellular level. So I was trying to focus on that part of the skin to change the discoloration. I haven't been able to successfully at doing it. But the thing is that what I found was that focusing on such a small scale, I was having a little bit of difficulty. Then I said, well, I will also switch from small scales to large scale, the whole skin. So what I said, well, let's have some fun. I want to create goosebumps all over my body. And I did. And it was it was easy and fun, kind of like child playing kind of thing. And it did happen. So there I could focus on my whole skin and I could feel goosebumps everywhere. And so I said, goosebump is a funny thing that we all have experienced. So why not do the goosebump? Try the emotional goosebump. So this is one thing I tested and it worked. So these are kind of silly, but but then again, we have to explore our inner child in a sense. In order to access our inherent ability, we have to kind of, take away our years of misprogramming, shall we call it. And so in a sort of fun way, in a childish or childlike way, Goosebump was one of those kind of experiments. So it was fun, and the experiment was to focus on a very small scale and also at a larger scale on the whole skin. So you can see so to see how we can operate our emotion and intentions, things like that. So these are some of my tests and experiments that I have done, and both from the past and from the one that I have done since the workshop. But one thing I have to say, before initiating the sequence of breathing, this is something very specific I have done, and it seems to help me a lot, is to be very aware of one's intention before initiating the breathing, the fourth inhalation cycle, and go on from then on. But my recommendation is to try to be as specific and as precise one can. I have a lot more experience. I don't know I should talk about all of these, but these are kind of more lighthearted and fun. So I just thought that I would share. And if anybody else wants to share their own, I would welcome them. So, and this is kind of like, in a way, as I'm speaking, you can see there is one thing, is the theory of the breathing. In practice, you notice certain things that has to be engaged as well. So in a way, we have to make the exercise our own, fit each of our own individual characteristics and attributes. And I think a lot can be done, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also looking forward to others sharing. So please go on. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mehran. I wanted to know which exercise, breathing exercise you did or you normally do for this?
The later experiences, the goosebump and the relieving from eating, those two are done by the one that was mentioned in the workshop. And the others that I have done in the past was not the complete sequence, but pieces of the sequence I have experience with. So in a way, I haven't done the whole exercise the way Mr. Keshe described it, but I have done it in pieces in the past and I have results. And some of them I haven't talked about. I don't know whether I want to talk about those. Those are a little bit, shall we say, too much in the... it just, yeah, let's see how people talk about their own experience. I'll bring out some of those. Those are too hard to believe, actually, kind of that kind of level of experience. But anyway, but so yes, pieces of the exercise, the breathing techniques I have used. I know about some breathings already, breathing techniques. Some of it I already knew, and in a way, pieces of it I have done, intention and attention, those kind of things. Also is part of this breathing sequence, which I have done in the past, but this time I did it, in the last 3-4 days I've done it the way Mr. Keshe talked about. But you can do it in pieces too. I mean, it's not that you have to do all of them all together. But in order to learn the process, it's sometimes one can go in pieces, things like that, as I have done in the past, before knowing the exercise explicitly. So that's how it is.
Yeah, secondly, I want to know, how do you know you have transmuted?
Like my skin changed, that's a transmutation. My skin changed, that's a transmutation. Within seconds, within minutes, not seconds, minutes. Yeah. So that's transmutation.
Your skin changed.
Yeah, from burning to non-burning. Burned skin converted to normal skin. What would you call that?
What aspect of your skin changes?
When you burn your skin, what happens? It kind of gets smooth and it starts to, you feel burning sensation and the texture is smooth. And within a few minutes, it's back to normal. What would you call that?
And other than that, is there any other thing you think?
Yeah, I said some of the other things I haven't talked about. In time I may, but let's see. This is not the only thing. So this is the one I have talked about earlier, and this time I specifically talked about what I did to achieve this. So anyway, so that's what I call that transmutation. Well, it's a small scale transmutation, but it's transmutation nevertheless.
Yeah, I have had the moments even before this that I thought is different. The reality changes, right? The reality changes. I'm not there anymore, and I am there also. And but I don't know if I can call it transmutation, but mentally, spiritually, I am in infinite time, space. It doesn't matter where I am then, for me. And yeah, it's short while, then I get conscious. It goes, I don't know what I can call it. But it's sometimes I feel emotion, like emotion of being something, like I'm missing something. I like to be close to something. It kind of this comes to me. So I don't know if I can call it, I want to be close to God. I'm sorry, I'm not close to God. Or it's something else than God. But anyway, some kind of being in some another mental space. Unfortunately, I'm not very good in breathing all the time. Mostly I forget to breathe correctly. It's psychosomatic.
How do you stay alive if you forget to breathe?
How do I?
How do you stay alive if you forget to breathe?
Barely. Well, it's important to breathe well. I breathe just enough to live, unconsciously, I mean, normally. But I really have to do a lot of exercise and working and conscious working to get a normal breathing in a way. So, yeah. But I think sometimes I feel like that when you breathe less, it opens another world for you, another possibilities, which are more profound and less material. But I'm not sure of it. So I'm grateful. It's not something I feel really suffering. I mean, most time I'm not suffering, but I think that life is a battle. It's a battlefield all the time. All the time we have to work on it. So that's fun. That's what a fun part of it. I think it was very boring if there was not challenges or things to overcome. So yeah, sometimes I see the sky and I really feel I'm talking to. I admire stars. One day I had even a light which went very fast, and while I was talking to this star about my life, about some problem, and then I feel the sky full of things, full of. I hope good. Yeah, mostly it's good thing. Fine beings, fine beings which are watching us, which are watching for the good of us in a way. Yeah, they are with love in a way. So that's fun. We go step by step and see what happens.
Any other comments on transmutation?
Yes, my dear Moshe, thank you so much. I only want to say that thank you for sharing your experiences. And we are also, I have been in the groups of meditative minds, like, meditation for many years. And like breathing is the focus, was always the focus to, uh, to be merged with the soul chakra. But when here, now I understand more when here we, how to focus as we are focusing always. But now the whole process has been scientifically explained here in Keshe Foundation. So that is the beauty of it, that where science meets the soul. And this is the beauty. I will also tell in the group where I do, I will talk to them if I have this uh, opportunity. Then this is the beauty of it. Breathing, living life more and more for like forever. in India, we have this yogasana. Yoga means alignment of mind, body, and soul, as we say. the alignment. Not every time you have to physically move like a rubber. As here where I live, there was a guru of yoga, a yogacharya, like teacher of yoga, and he was so flexible, and um, he used to teach this yogasana and become, like a rubber, moving here, just become a rubber kind of a ball, and every yogasana he knows so cosmically he explained. But I don't know, as Moshfik said, the intention, the focus, and he died in a very young age. I I understand now why, because the the need of the intention is the most important thing to be in this alignment. So where we also do this energy or asana called the shavasana. Shavasana means, like, the cords. You become the cord after every breathing exercises or breathing focuses. We suggest that you just lay down like a dead body, spreading your hands, spreading your legs, relaxing like the monkey suit we have. We don't feel it in a way. Only the soul is working. What your intention we are giving at a time to be to move freely, like the soul freely moves in all parts. Even we are not experiencing the body. So this asana is also useful with this process. So we say the corpse yogasana, but it can be done in every way. Breathing is the most beautiful thing we do as life and living. Focusing on intention is the most important, the key to um, every exercise of this transmutation. Yes, of course, the intention is very necessary. Thank you, my dear Maksud. Thank you. Salam. Namaste. Salut. We can skip this. Rick?
Okay, I've got a video of the news from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. So I think we have time to play that. So this is an excerpt from the 652nd Knowledge Seekers workshop.
We have a few announcements to make. As of next week, we start allocating cash coin amongst knowledge seekers. Small amounts for our system to check, follow, and find any problems. What we call ONN units start moving to their position in the next few days and weeks. And we only can test when we start seeing transactions, when we start seeing how coin moves, how it follows, how our security handles it. And this will go on till sometime in September, October, where we increase the numbers. When you plug it, your system appears on our system. We see this plugged in. The minute you disconnect it, our system will see it. We monitor how you play, try to use your system, try to use your connections with the systems that we can see how the phases interact. There's a team set up in the background to develop all parts of it. The developers are working, and there is a structure. You have to go to the what you call KF import KF at AT register. Go into the game, register, and then connect yourself through the game on the same position On the top left-hand side, you see the coins CC and KC. And if we allocate to you the coins, you'll see it on the circle KC. We might send you one coin. This is part of your 30 coin annually. But it's for us to see how the fraction works, how the system works, how we can trace it, and then we build it up. The minute you receive it, it carries a cable connected to your what we call network. It has to be connected to the network and connected to its power. This is the first part of the system. Once this is set up and we pass the numbers we require, we add the second part of the system, which is what we call the cosmic ray units. These are expected sometime between end of this year and beginning of next year. And then somewhere in the very near future, we tell you to unplug your system from the power supply, which means we take over everything else. There will be apps which allows you to work within the structure to order food and see if you receive it as an energy, not the fish and chips down the line, somebody knocking at their door. And then you have a condition, you want to be happy, whatever. Gradually we build into this the whole structure. Just plug it, connect the cable to the electricity, connect the cable to the internet. You have to have a landline. If you don't have a landline, we check one by one. You will not receive your unit. You have to wait till we check. It's important if you have a high speed cables, internet connection at home, it's perfect for us. If you have a problem in connecting and using Wi-Fi, at the moment, we prefer to, for the first 100 or 200, to connect people with landline that we can see our problems. Wi-Fi always have problems in and out, and it can cause us when we set up our backup structure, then we handle the people with the Wi-Fi, but it's normal. In next few weeks, we will announce the last session, which was left with a lot of you to come in, and then the system is set up that 10 of you, as I said, can come in like before. Everybody could hear everybody. It will not be there. We ask you why you're coming in, your addiction, you are hungry, you want food, you are depressed, whatever reason. We ask you beforehand, we set our systems up, and then at the end of the session, we ask you if you received it. If you haven't received it, we have to tune our system. So once you start playing the game, you become part of the structure. And it's exactly taken us 12 months to put the first audience out to the people. Put your problems to us that we see that we can pass it on to the developers, what it is as they are monitoring themselves. Once our team says the 24 unit, 25 units across this planet is working, they can monitor it, then we release the coins. The coins for you will spend it. One coin is €1,000, evaluated internally by us. You go on a Keshe Foundation store, you buy an item. It says 30% is coin, you can value it, the others you pay accordingly. We deduct it, you pay it. You will see what we call Keshe Foundation, what we call wallet. You pay into the wallet. It's directed to that way. We get a confirmation. We know you paid for what you wanted, and we move forward. We try across all continents: South America, Central America, North America, Europe, different locations, Africa, Australia, Asia, and those who have actually came in and participated in the system. The interesting part is, most probably after the first month, we test our system to see, you see 2 coins added to your circle. That's your first payment for operating the system. We might not do it the first month, we're not ready. Might be done in this, and accumulates from the day you started. Go to your shop, say, I have a cash coin. If you play this, can I buy this? And then they give you money too. You go to your friends, universities, register, you get this, it worth so much, and they pay you every month. And then how the system starts. You bring the game as part of the collaboration and cooperation with the Keshe Foundation worldwide. You go to your governments. I registered for Keshe Foundation work. They're giving you 10,000 for me for the next 10 years. Would you like to go and register and get it? That's how you handle it. Each government, as you heard, will get 100 coins, 10 coins a year. The minute you get your registration and you receive your coins, you go to you write to your government, why don't you claim my 10,000 for you that you can improve my services? And this is how you go. You go to your universities. You go to your shopkeeper. Go and register your business. You get 30 coins, that's 30,000. Then you can do it. We are doing our work, spreading the Keshe technology, and with it, the Keshe coin, which comes with it, the piece and everything else, is your side. It's the story of 2011-12 when we gave the key to the governments. Now you have become the governments, and then we gave it to the public in 2016. Is your 2016. You have to go to people. Have you registered? Use it. I want your tabletop. I want an apple from you. Would you accept a coin? We have offered to our employees, and system is getting a sign that they will pay it partially by coin. Once the legal frame is put in, you can get and you will receive cash coins as the employees of the Keshe Foundation worldwide. The system is up and running. Those of you who received your units, please do not let anybody know you received. You receive a special units from us, and these units are the first line. Then in September, October, we release another maybe 50 to 100 units. Once our team says, let's try bigger. But once they said it's okay, then we have to release the coins to you that you test. You can play with the coins. We can play with the system. What is the hiccups? There's a problem in the game you want to change, and the rest of it. So we are testing till September, October, November, when our team says ready. When they say they have seen it, they want to increase the base numbers, we might go to another 50, 100, and gradually, by the end of the year, we want to make it to 1,000. We need more support to put more units in process. And then after next year, Keshe Foundation tries to, in a way, through its own operation organization, spread the 10,000 units. But we still need a number of units to be bought, to be given to us, that we can set this structure up. We need work done by us. We need work done by you. You want it, and it's your job. You all went teaching the people Ganses. You go to your governments. You go to the companies. There is money there for you. Why don't you cash? Why don't you use it that you can pay for this and that? They will go. They will ask for it to be changed. This is the money given free, and we see who refuses and who gets addicted to use it. When people get free, they can do something with it. Then you see they have respect for it because now they can get something for it. So 24 of you will receive your units in the next few days, or some in the next few 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Let us do tests, and then we ask you to play games which connects you to the system, and register and play. Then we want to monitor when we give you the first coin what it is. You have to understand the beauty of what we've done in the background. In the cryptocurrency of today, they are using millions of dollars to mine They are putting pressure on the nations to mine to find a coin that it might worth 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever. Keshe Foundation has mined. You don't need to look for it. The only thing you need to look for is to spend it, but wisely. Don't defraud yourself because you lose yourself. These systems has a soul. This system operates with the soul of humanity. Nobody can put a gun to your head and nobody can do anything else. And you wait and see. We fail. You are the cause of the failure. We set the system up. We are moving, and there is one thing. You are a member of armed forces. We will not give you a coin. You take from us by deception. You pay by deception. Yourself through your soul. When you lose something, when you see a damage, no, your soul gave you the punishment for it. Very simple. This system has a soul, collective soul of those who are setting it up for the change of the humanity, and you abuse it, you pay for it yourself. So understand, don't work out of the fear, work out of the strength. We mind it to mind you, to protect you, to protect the humanity, and don't waste so much energy to mind it. All the coins you receive is already in our possession. Safe kept. All you need is to understand how to use it to create peace. We are giving it to you as attachment. Live by the ethos of Mitra when you receive it. And you sign a peace treaty when you receive it. The game started, and I hope humanity enjoys the game. Let's play. We come to another point. Keshe Foundation will announce a very important position in regarding the fraud which we were defrauded some 5 years ago. This case has reached court this week. And a team of lawyers and everybody is else working for it. If you have a connection, you can find members of this group. The warrant for finding them and arresting them has been issued by the judges in Austria today, this week. One has committed, is guilty, but has not appeared. If you live in Uganda, have a connection with the security services in Uganda, you have connection with security in Nigeria, connection security services in United Arab Emirates, in Qatar and Dubai, we need your help for the warrants to be enforced and brought back to Austria for the judgment and the funds which has been what we call stolen from the Keshe Foundation. The judge has issued the warrants for the arrest this week. If you have connection in Uganda, especially in the church system of Uganda, in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, in Qatar, we need your help. Write to info@Keshe Foundation. The Austrian and Interpol will bring these people back, and the funds stolen, damages done to Keshe Foundation will be returned, will be spent again on more units for you and more peace work and the rest of the research and development. Our losses is in tens of millions. We never told you how much, but you'll find out when the judgment is published. They're using fake, false passports. They're using Nigerian fake passports, and now all is on the warrant issued. We were correct, and we never lied to you. And now is in the hand of what we call not in the hand, is completely cycled with the judges. Now we need the warrants to be brought back to see where is the fund, how much is left, and what it is, who's involved in it. that some of the funds of the KF can be brought back, but they're working in Uganda. If you know people who work in the church services, white women from Eastern Bloc, you send us to us. If you've seen a white woman walking around the church, we need to get access by the police. Nigerian men working in Uganda, South African white working in Uganda in the church services. We need you to tell us who they are, what they are. They have set up the same fraud in the church service of Uganda, collecting money and sending it to Europe. Please help us to bring this case now completed. If you know, if you have a connection, contact us through info@keshe.foundation, and tens of millions which has been stolen from the Keshe Foundation damages will be returned to us. We know one of these people holds a 29 million trust in United Kingdom, stolen from the others the same way. And then you see how fast everything Keshe Foundation says and does is correct, because I get my 30. You're a member of the military forces, you get none. You work in defense technology, arms, you get none. We'll find out, we see it. And then this is a disadvantage. If you're a family of a military, you receive none. Your neighbor gets 100,000 coins a year. Now you understand how it works. It's time for the technology to emerge, and once people get paid money for it, they agree with it, it becomes a no. We know what we are doing, don't worry. All you need to do to your husband says, you know, you hate Keshe Foundation. You can go now and sign peace treaty and say, I want to be a member of the association, and get your 30 dude. So then the technology is accepted because I get money from it. You understand? This is the habit of man. And you have to sign every year, otherwise your coin doesn't come out that year. Then you understand. A lot of people do fake signing, but there's attached, you sign peace treaty and you sign to the foundation, and this is how doctors become doctors and so on, to secrecy, because I accepted, I do it. We know how to use the greed of the mind to change the mind of the man. In the coming time, those of you who became satellite, you take place, you take over this positional one ends. Those of you who, because your brain is under the computer, put it that way. Once we established on and through physical method, then we established what we call the cosmic ray. The next step is what we set up as obesos, the head units. And then once your brain gets tuned to, it connects direct. Those of you who wanted to become satellite, many of you registered for it. Those of you who are members of the Universal Council, you all get into this position. Set up. It's time to deliver. You become the one ends.
Okay, that completes our excerpt from the last 652nd Knowledge Seekers Workshop from July 23rd. Go back to our presentation. There we go. And I believe we are to move into the last part of our program here. Share the needs and wishes. And I'll remind our audience that we do have the availability of microphones if you would like to say something or if you have a question or comment. It might be a good time to do that now if you wish.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Well, it's a quiet crowd, it seems, so let's move to our needs and wishes.
We, the universal, give freely our soul to elevate the soul of leaders to achieve peace in the Middle East now.
We, the Universal Council, give from our souls to all hungry children of the Middle East now. Our wish is our command. We are present. We, the Universal Council, elevate and give from our souls to Colombian citizens to elevate their souls so that they may choose a life of peace while respecting vital rights. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, give from our soul for protection of those living with fear in natural disaster areas, and our soul wishes to help cover all emotional and physical needs. Let's focus on Venezuela now.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the soul of the leaders and the population through the American continent to live in harmony, respecting each nation as equal. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the souls of the leaders involved in conflict in Sudan and other areas only by greed and with unconditional love and inner peace, so that they respect the lives of all population, because they're sovereign and free.
We, the Universal Council, give through our souls that Russia and Ukraine can find peace for the sake of all the families of the planet. Our wish is our command. We are present. Thank you, my dear Rick. We are here to serve, not to be served, dear beautiful souls. Welcome again. Welcome again to the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space of love. Keshe Foundation, Spaceship organization. Welcome to the oneness of one planet, one race, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome, welcome to Swagatam into the beauty and totality of all universal souls we are. Welcome, welcome to the beauty and totality of all souls in existence. So welcome, join Keshe Foundation, sign the peace treaty. Step forward in the path of peace, dear beautiful souls. Thank you so, so much. Gratitude from the core of my heart and soul, beautiful souls. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute, the Universal Council.
All right. Thank you, Shweta. And of course, thanks to all the members and support members of the Universal Council who not only present these programs, but also do work in the background to support the Keshe Foundation and the ethos and ideas of Mr. Keshe and of the connection between the universe and Earth, basically. So thank you for being that connection to all the members and support members. Okay, our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, and that will start tomorrow, July 29th at 7 a.m. Central European Time, open to members of the public who would like to discuss or show things of the plasma nature. It's kind of the practical side of the plasma technology, as well as we get into a number of topics depending on what comes up. So again, that's Wednesday, July 29th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And also we have coming up, of course, Thursday. And geez, I can't remember if our teaching starts at the 9 a.m. or the 6 p.m. for this teaching. I think we go back to the 9 a.m. Can someone correct me if I'm wrong on that? Or even if I'm right? Does anyone recall what Mr. Keshe said from the last workshop on that?
I think it resumes at the normal time, Rick, 9 a.m. Central European.
Right. Okay. So far as we know, it'll be 9 a.m., though it will be notices if it's any different. And yeah, we look forward to that workshop with Mr. Keshe. He promises that it will be some new information revealed. Okay, and I think that brings to a close today's workshop, the 441st One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace. Almost complete, right?
And almost. And focus on dance, dance, and clap, clap. How about that? Dance, dance, and clap, clap, dear beautiful souls. Be focused. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. As Sweta alludes, we'll go out with our usual flight enhancement spaceship unit with a bit of music and dance. And I hope you can dance your way through the day as well. And also thanks to Mark, my co-host, once again here, and to all the people that help produce these programs and work for the Keshe Foundation in the background. All right. Bye for now, everyone. See you in the next public teaching. Oh, I'm going to have